Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, folks, let's get you outside and show you what it looks like here outside the ABC4 studios. We still have a little bit of light rain coming down, but a lot of that rain has started to slow down just a little bit out there, but still, it was a wet start to the day. Temperatures all the way down to 40 degrees here in Salt Lake City thanks to that band of rain moving on through. Of course, we're on the backside of our storm system. Yesterday, we were on the warm side of it with that southerly flow. Now we're on the backside with that northwesterly flow, and that's what's bringing in that little wraparound band of precipitation we see. And that, of course, is causing some wet conditions here in the valleys, but in the mountains, it's causing some snowy conditions. Let's get you over to the radar and show you what's going on right now. Again, we've seen a big improvement here with the rain conditions here right along the I-15 corridor here in the Salt Lake Valley, where we're seeing a lot of that rain now beginning to kind of break apart now. We still have some steady light rain going on north of Salt Lake City up towards Bountiful, Layton, and then still seeing some moderate rain coming off of the Great Salt Lake there from Hooper over towards the Ogden area. A couple of spotty showers as well down towards the south near the Draper area. As we look off towards the south here, Provo, Spanish Fork seeing some improvements after we had some rainfall down that way a little earlier, but a lot of that is coming to an end. But you can see we're seeing an increase as that band of precipitation moves to the east of some snow here in the mountains. And that means snow has been coming down here, especially for places like Alta, Silver Fork, over towards the Park City area where we've all seen some accumulations. Let me give you the latest here information on the Alta area as we take a live view at the snow stick, giving us a great measurement of what we're seeing over there. And check it out in Alta, picking up anywhere between 7 to 8 inches of snowfall here with this system as it's made its way on through this morning. So pretty impressive snow coming on down here. Of course, we've had the snow plows out. We've seen those out on the traffic cameras, so that lets us know we've had some accumulation on some of the roadways as well. As we look at Futurecast, you'll be able to see here this batch of moisture will continue to work its way off towards the east, but we could see some redevelopment. Now, I don't think we're going to see a steady rain event for the rest of today, but there will be chances of spotty waves of showers that will come in with this northwesterly flow. And so, you know, don't be surprised to see some raindrops or a snowflake or two later on today, depending on your elevation here, as we get that wraparound moisture kind of fading out throughout the rest of today. Otherwise, high pressure builds in for your Friday and Saturday, and that sets us up for a spectacular weekend. Again, still could pick up 1/10 of an inch of rainfall here along the I-15 corridor, with potentially up to 1/4 of an inch as you get up towards the Ogden Valley with some of that heavier rain. And again, we still have additionally potentially another inch or two or a couple of inches of snow for places like Alta, and then as you get over towards some of the mountains there in the Wasatch back. So be aware of that there. But we've had some decent accumulations, as I've already showed you. This low pressure making its way into Wyoming now, but we're getting that counterclockwise flow, that northerly flow. So you're seeing a lot more 30s and 40s as opposed to those 50s and 60s we've been seeing on the map. Notice even down to St. George at 43 degrees this morning. As we look at your freeze warning, we've got those in effect for portions of Castle Country and the Uintas this morning, so keep that in mind. And we've got freeze watches that will likely turn into freeze warnings for tonight into tomorrow morning. This low pressure system moves out of the area, bringing back the sunshine and still cooler temperatures through Friday, but as high pressure builds in from the Pacific as we go into the weekend, that's going to set us up for a very nice fall-like weekend out there. St. George will see those highs in the upper 60s. We're back in the mid to upper 70s for the weekend with plenty of sunshine. Morning showers expected again along the Wasatch Front here, and snow showers in the mountains only in the low 50s today for highs. We'll be in the low 60s on Friday, back to the mid to upper 60s for your Saturday into Sunday. All right, let's get a check on your traffic this morning as we get you out the door. You're going to be able to see here that we are still dealing with some wet conditions. Plenty of road spray out there in the air on I-215 south, eastbound at the Murray area. So keep in mind, if you're getting ready to hit the roads, even though the rain is slowing down and coming to an end, it is still pretty wet out there, and that will likely lead to some delays and issues as you step out the door this morning. Also, keep in mind, we've had that snow coming down into the Wasatch back, and if you're heading up into the higher elevations, particularly I-80, just keep in mind you could run into some slick conditions. We'll have much more on your traffic and weather coming up, but for now, let's get you back over to Matt.